I'm using a 12-inch zipper, a piece of zipper tape, which means I have to add the zipper pull. I'll show you how to do that. I have 2 pieces of fabric here for like the top edge. The measurements in the description and also on the screen. 2 pieces for our zipper tabs, and this will make our strap tabs. We have this beautiful piece of fabric that I made myself out of scrap fabrics and scrap threads and so on. What I did was I use a heavy interfacing that has adhesive, and I put the pieces of fabric, the pinks and orange, yellows and greens and purples and so on. However, I just took the scraps, placed them on the interfacing, and I use the iron to kind of stick them down a bit to activate the sticky side of our interfacing. And then I just use a straight stitch and just stitch all over. How I was able to achieve this piece of fabric. And I'm going to cut this in 2 pieces. It will be like this to make our clutch. And these 2 pieces here will be lining. They're backed with interfacing. I use heavy interfacing on this as well as this one. Going to fold this piece of fabric in half to find the center. But I already marked the center line. I just draw a line straight across, and I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut straight across that line. Ooh, this is a bit tough because of the layers of fabric. You can also use a rotary cutter if you like to cut your fabric. Just know that you can use any material you have to make this clutch. I'm just showing you how to make a simple clutch, so you don't have to make your own fabric using scraps. This is just an option that you can use if you have a lot of scrap fabrics and you're not sure what to do with it. This is what you can do with it. We have our 2 pieces of fabric for our exterior. To the side, and let's place our zipper pull onto our zipper. So I'm going to separate the teeth, and now I'm going to place my pull onto that. So I'm going to use this fork. It's just a regular plastic fork to put on my zipper pull. I'm going to place my fork underneath, use something heavy. So I'm going to use my sewing machine. So I'm just going to stick this underneath my sewing machine so it's sturdy. And now I'm going to take my zipper and I'm going to place it like this between the fork, like that. Let me take it out so you can see properly what I'm doing. So this is what your fork looks like. Okay, which direction it's in. Let's put it back. And I'm going to take my zipper and I'm going to turn the teeth down like this. And now I'm going to put this in between here at the same time and push. See that was? Just put the 2 together at the same time and push. There we have it. Now we can remove it from there and just push. Your zipper pull is on and everything is lined up nicely. You can try that. I'm going to take the 2 top pieces and we're going to fold them in half like there are 2 top pieces that are folded in half and pressed lengthwise. I'm going to add this to our exterior pieces. What I'm going to do is find the center of both of these pieces and line them up. Find the center, fold in half. And just give it a little mark. Find the center of this one. And give it a little mark. I'm using an erasable pen, so don't worry about the marking. But you have the 2 center points. You gotta match them up, matching the raw edges. to hold it in place. We're going to repeat for the other piece. So our two exterior pieces are ready to be sewn. We're going to take it to the sewing machine and we're going to sew across the edge. We use a 1/8 seam allowance. Just so you know, I am using a number 16 needle, which is considered a jeans needle, and white all-purpose thread, and I'm using a long stitch length about 3mm, 3.5 mm to stitch this in place. So we have this on. We're going to repeat for the other one. Let's go to our sewing machine and start sewing these on. The two exterior piece now has a top added to it. We're going to put this aside and continue with our zipper. We're now going to place the two zipper tabs on. As I said, the measurements will be placed in the description below, and I'm also going to add it along in the video so you can see. This is a vinyl. I'm just going to, I don't mind the raw edges, so I'm just going to fold it over.
Make sure to push your zipper tape all the way up between the vinyl.
Make sure the top and the bottom are matching, and then we're going to sew across here to fasten. We'll place them on the two ends of our zip like this. This is our zipper completed with our zipper ends, and now we're going to attach the zipper to the exterior of our clutch purse. Let's place our zipper face down with our exterior piece facing up, right sides up, zipper teeth down. So you find the center of your exterior piece and the center of your zipper tape. And we're just gonna give it a clip to mark it. Now we're gonna place our zipper down and again. Make sure you're matching the edges. Take this to our sewing machine and we're going to sew across from one end to the next using our zipper foot. Zipper foot is, if you're not sure, this is a zipper foot. So our zipper foot is on. So let me show you. I've changed the position of my zipper foot. At first I had it, the shaft on that side, and now I move it to the other side so that I can get as close to the zipper as possible, but not to sew onto the zipper. This part of my foot is just to the edge on the side here of the zip, so you have a very close stitch to the zipper teeth. I'll continue with my stitching. As you can see, the zipper pull is in the way, so before you get to the zipper pull, you will raise up the pull, grab a hold of it, and raise up your presser foot and try and get it out of the way like this. Just move your fabric around a bit so you can get out of the way. Then you straighten out everything again. And you continue. Lower your feet, a little vibration. Make sure to backstitch at the beginning and at the end. Our zipper now is installed on one half of the exterior, and this is our close. Let's move on. This is our strap tab. This is a piece of vinyl 6 inches by 1 inch wide, and we're just going to fold it in half and sew along the edge, and we're going to use this, we're going to cut it in two to make our 2 strap tabs. I used a 1/8 seam allowance to stitch along there, and now we're going to fold it in half, and now we have 2 strap tabs. Look at this. Now we're going to connect the lining to the exterior piece with the zipper. Place the exterior piece right sides up, and we're going to place the lining piece right sides down on top of the exterior, matching up our raw edges. And now we're going to pin like this. And this is the other side looking. What we want to do is follow the same stitch line that we used to stitch the zipper in place the first time. I don't know if you can see it, but it will be the second line here for me. This is our lining stitched in place onto our zipper. We'll pull the lining and the exterior away from the zip. Just finger press. Ooh, this is getting bulky. This is our exterior. That is one side of our exterior that is complete. This is our lining. You can press it to make sure everything is laying flat. This is quite bulky, and I would need to top stitch. Hopefully we can go through these layers, or we might have to trim. See if we can go through the layers and give it a top stitch. If not, I'll just have to press it and leave it as is. So I can take this to the sewing machine and top stitch across about 1/4 of an inch. To the top stitching is complete. Let's attach the other exterior and lining pieces. So this is our second exterior piece. Place it right sides up, and for our other exterior panel with the zipper, we're going to fold down this flap so we can get to the edge. Placing the zipper teeth down, facing the right side of this exterior piece, and we're going to match up the edges and pin. So now you take this and sew across. Move your zipper out of the way. Continue. So our second exterior is in place. And now we're going to add the lining. We're going to place it like this, the zipper showing, and we're going to place our second lining piece right sides facing down, matching up top row edges, and stitch. This is what we have so far. All the exterior and the lining pieces are on. Now we have the top stitch on this side. So what we're going to do is smooth this out. So this is what we have so far. Our zipper is in place. We have both our exterior pieces and both our lining pieces in and top stitched. But I have a bit of a problem. My intention was to have the bag like this with the tabs on the inside. That's why I placed it on the lining. That I was supposed to have enough room on the side here so that I can add a chain strap on the inside of the bag. That was the idea. I'm going to put a chain strap through here and connect it to the strap tabs on the lining. It's not lined up exactly how it was supposed to be lined up. So I have more room on this side, and I would have been able to do it. I could go through here with a chain strap and pin on the lining, but I don't have enough room on this end because I made this zipper tab too big. It's not snug enough. It was supposed to come down a bit like this to match up with the ends of these two flaps. But that didn't happen because I did not pull down the final piece low enough on the zipper. I have excess here, which is blocking my space. We're going to continue, but we're gonna stitch close up here to close up. So we won't be able to use the strap tabs on the lining anymore, but what I can do is remove the strap tabs from the lining, and I have the option of placing it on the outside, on the exterior, or just do not use it at all. I'll decide what I'll do. Hold on. I'm using my seam ripper to remove the tabs. Just gonna go on the sides and pick up the thread like that and continue just snapping out the thread. Almost there. Boom. Tabs are off, and I think I'm gonna still use it. I'm gonna use it on the outside, about 1.5 inches below, 1.5 inches below the edge here. I'm separating the ends so that it will be easier to stitch. Sure that you measure on both sides so that they line up. We're gonna stitch these down. So our tabs are now on the exterior back. You don't have to put it staggered like I did. You can put the legs on top of each other, so that's neater. I did this so that I am able to sew across with ease. My sewing machine can't handle too much of bulk, so I need to have my pieces flat enough to go over them. Now we're gonna finish up by pulling, making sure to open our zipper halfway, and then we're gonna pull our exterior pieces right sides together, matching up all edges, pin our clip, and then we're gonna pull our lining pieces together, pin a clip, and we're also gonna leave a 5-inch opening on the lining. And we're going to use this for turning our bag right side out. So I'm just going to mark the bottom. That will be our opening, so we can proceed to pin or clip. So I've pinned around the entire piece, and we're going to sew around the perimeter, leaving a 5-inch opening at the bottom of the lining piece. I'm going to use a 1/4-inch seam allowance on the exterior, and as I go over to the lining part, we're going to use a 1/2-inch seam allowance because we want the lining to fit snugly inside of the bag. Make sure not to sew on the zipper tabs. You want to sew just outside of the zipper, just before the zipper, to reduce the bulk and so that you can sew across easily. Make sure that the tabs are, this area here is lined up together, and we're sewing just outside of where the zipper ends. Make sure to start sewing from one end of the opening all the way around to the other end. As you can see, I'm having some difficulty going across where the zipper is. So what I'm going to do is back stitch up to that point, and then I'm going to turn over and start from the other end of the opening and try to see if I can come around from a different direction to get that area stitched. So just take your time and so that you can get it.
Also, you have the option to sew as close to the zipper tabs as possible, and maybe make sure you lock the stitching and stop there. And I think you can get away with just a tiny fold on the side here by the lining, because that will be on the inside of your bag. Remember, if you're receiving value from this tutorial, please give us a like. I would greatly appreciate that, and it will help with the algorithm, and so that other bag makers, beginner bag makers, can come here and learn how to make their own bags. Thank you, in advance.
So I've completed sewing around the perimeter of the bag. I left the opening at the bottom on the lining side. I trimmed the points down. You can trim around except for at the opening, because you're going to need to fold that in to close the opening. So you're going to go through your hand through. Your zipper should be open halfway. You can push it all the way, and then you will go into the exterior section and pull out. Take your time, because you don't want to tear opening wider than it already is. So slowly and turn. It looks messy right now, but you'll see. It will turn out to be something cute, hopefully. Gonna go in there and push the corners. You can use something pointy, but that is not sharp, because you don't want to go all the way through your fabric. At the corners, push up, and now the exterior. And this is our lining. We're going to close it, stitch it close to finish up. All that's left to do here is fold this in. You can press it if you like. Fold in, match up, pin. And stitch. We're going to give it a nice edge stitch to finish. So if we've edge stitched opening close and our bag is complete, just stitch the lining in. Make sure you poke out the corners. And this is the inside of our bag. If you prefer, you can add a slip pocket on the inside, but I kind of like it roomy like this. And now we can close up our bag, give it a good press. You can connect any strap you like. An adjustable strap would be cute here. I have some tutorials showing you how to make adjustable straps. I will link to them in the description and at the end of the video. so you can watch those and make your strap to add to your bag if you prefer. Or my last video where I showed you how to make a wristlet strap. You can use a single wristlet strap if you like. I hope you like the way I did my strap tabs, so that I'm able to sew over it with ease instead of stacking them and they become thick and difficult to stitch. Let me know what you think of the way I set my strap tabs, and let me know what you think of this bag and if you would make one for yourself. This was a wonderful make. I enjoyed every moment of it. Thank you for watching. I hope you continue to support my channel. Check out my other tutorials. Bye.